Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad here on this Friday morning. Hope everybody got through all that wind and rain we had, and it looks like today's going to be a nice day. Our weather brought to us by Hayden Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. We're looking at a nice, sunny, cool day. High's only going to get right at about 56, and then low tonight it's going to be like 46. So it's going to be a pretty day. Our water temperature is out at 61 degrees. Let's take a look at our river readings. And as you can guess, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, it's right at 15 foot, still going up. And the Choctawhatchee at Caryville right at 12 foot. And it just took off like Jeff's bank account, man. It went straight up. That river's rising. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at 5:52 this morning, low tide. And then tonight at 7:49. And we're going to have our wind. It looks like it's going to be coming out of the west at about 5 today, so it's not near what we had on Thursday, but we're looking at the Saturday forecast on the wind. It's still going to be coming out of south at about 8 to 10, and then later on in the afternoon sort of swinging around southeast to east. So if you do get out on the water, it's going to be okay. Just sort of get out a little protected. Anytime you get in double digits on the wind speed, it could be a little choppy if you're in a smaller boat. You guys with the big boats, it won't matter to you, but it might have to slow down some. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. A couple of things let's go over. If you looked at this month's Coastal Angler magazine, it's a February issue, and Randy Sinota puts the section of this area, that middle section, he puts it out. Randy's a good outdoorsman. He's a fishing guide. Bass fishes a lot on Lake Seminole and all kind of fishing. And he put a story in here, and I'm going to show you the story. And Howard Maines showed me this. He stopped me the other day. I saw him the other afternoon as I was coming out of the hospital visiting a friend. And here it is. It's a little story, a local story inside. If you get a chance to read it, right about the middle part of the Coastal Angle, I'm not going to read it to you. It's called Mullet Widows. It's a story about Bill McNeil and the mullet culture by William Platt. And there's Bill in the upper right-hand corner. And I just want someone throwing a net. It's a good story, sort of a tribute to Bill McNeil. If you remember, I've been over to Bill. I've known him a long, long time, and we did a story on him on making those handmade mullet nets. And you sort of got to get in line now to get one made by Bill McNeil. But it's a good story. Get a chance to pick up a Coastal Angler magazine. Pick it up. They're free, and you got a great situation there to read a good story by William Platt, sort of a tribute. And they call them mullet widows because on the Saturday mornings, most of the wives were home with the kids when all the husbands just lined up during row season and all. That's sort of what it pertains to. And Saturday afternoon, some of them will still be there off the bridges and all throughout the Panhandle. So that was good. Also, I have this thing right here. Versity Cruise, one of our loyal viewers brought a couple of these by to donate, to give away to some of the kids. Just like a little fishing kit, okay? Just got a gulp, okay, like that. Instead of drawing names for it, I've got 3 or 4 of them here. If you just want to come by the station and pick one up, we'll tell Donna to have them here on our desk here, and just pick one up. If you got a kid or something, you want to present it to a kid who thinks might be interested in fishing, we're sort of all in this together, helping each other out as far as promoting the outdoors, promoting fishing. So thank you, Versity, for bringing these by, and we'll pass them on down to some of our viewers, okay? Now also, I'm a little late on this, so I was going to cover this earlier in the week, but we get tied up sometime doing our show. We're right here and finishing out the first week of February. Remember how short this month is, and I had a little to-do list, and I was looking at it last night. I said, I hadn't talked about this yet. So let's briefly go over a couple of things we want to do in February. One of the first things I always think about is get in the woods right for hunting season. I know a lot of people in the woods now hunting season, but when the season ends, get in the woods and just walk around. First of all, just walking in the woods is just special. We've talked about it before. But also, what you want to do, you want to look for your signs, look where the deer have been. I know you had the cameras and all, but you didn't have the camera all over the place, like me. There's other places I want to look at and see where the deer have been, anticipate for next year. Get ready if you need to move your food plot. You can make adjustments and all, but just get out in the woods. you're gonna have early spring popping out already. I'm seeing some azaleas blooming, which is amazing this time of year. So just get out in the woods and just do some scouting. And okay, that's number one. Number two, go ahead and get your boat ready. I talked about BJ yesterday. Go ahead and get the boat ready. Start doing little things to it, making sure everything is in the right position and all your stuff set up right. Make sure your fishing gear. This cold weather, February is one of my best time of year to get my fishing gear because we're out on the verge of spring. We're like, about 5 weeks away, on the verge, 5 weeks away from spring. It's March 20th, but those Spanish mackerel will be getting in before then. And also a couple other things. Make sure you're feeding all the birds and feeding the animals. We talked about February is such a good time to get some food out there and just scatter it around, especially if you own some property and all. Just keep things healthy. Go ahead and plant some trees. It's not too late to get some trees in the ground. I notice more people are planting trees now. I don't know if it's because of what we went through, Eric and Michael, but and I've seen some really nice size 8 to 10 foot trees being planted, and that's even better. They're going to cost a little bit more, but I mean, you're going to get a lot quicker results on it. And I'm thinking about getting some of those trees also. And you want some trees that's going to bear fruit, you know, the acorns and different things like that the wildlife can get. And then let's see, I wrote down also get your dates on your calendar. Spring run, okay? You want to talk about a spring run? We're right around the corner from Spanish mackerel. Get your turkey season dates, you know, put in there, and all that stuff. You want to get it planned and have it written out, and just sort of make sure your spring calendar is set up. So February is a good month. You want to spend as much time as you can planning, you know, during this cold weather, rainy weather, and all that. So when the spring comes, you can have all that done. We've talked about it. We talk about this every year. The spring calendar, the summer calendar, and the fall calendar, and a lot of times we put it in our head, but I sort of now write some dates down, and my calendar gets pretty full. Now let's take a break, we'll be right back. Now, welcome back. We got to move along. We got a lot of stuff to do, but I got to tell you this story. The other afternoon, I went to visit a good friend of mine, Malcolm Murphy. Malcolm and I coached a long time ago. We had wonderful times coaching back in the 70s at Mosley, and then he was school transportation, but he's sort of in hospital, doing okay, but went by to visit with him, and we were sitting around reminiscing, as a lot of us always do, and we were talking about a hurricane. He lived on Jinx Avenue, and he's still not back, he and Pat still not back in the house. But we're talking about how people were so good to everybody, and he brought up something that just warmed my heart. I want to share this with you. Malcolm's been a coach his whole life. He just when he got out of school as a young coach, he went to school out. He played ball at Bay High, went out and played out in Arkansas, and got a job in the sort of southeastern part of Missouri. And he was coaching a basketball, a little small town Americana, small town basketball team. And they went 2 years without winning a game. When he coached, they won like 10 games that year, and that was just a huge deal. Well, now, folks, that was 55 years ago. After Hurricane Michael hit, those guys out there that he coached that many years ago got together and sent Malcolm a check for like $3,500 because they heard their coach's house got messed up bad. Now, does that not show you the influence you can have as a coach or as a person to helping people out, and it's still remembered 55 years later? I just put a big old smile. We talked about that and so anyway, glad Malcolm's doing better. Great to see you all. And anyway, I just want to share that with you and all. Let's look at some pictures real quick. Okay, let's move along. This Forrest Massey sent this in. Now you're talking about some feeding birds and everything. Check this out of St. Joe Bay, close to the bridge there. And thank you, Forrest, for sending us a real live picture of nature at its finest in St. Joe Bay. Jose Ponce, time to put the bluebird houses out. He takes them down, cleans them out every year, and then puts them back up. So good job, Jose. This weekend is a good time to do that. Jose's a good outdoorsman. I just want to show you a good deer. I showed you a junkie one yesterday. This one took about 3 years to build. This guy right here has a urinal, sleeping loft, a mattress. He has a carpet, insulated, has all kind of stuff. So it's got a wood stove in it. And this is in Iowa now. This is not here in the Panhandle, but now isn't that a beautiful? Okay, here's a better picture. I mean, that's a home. You can almost live in that. Look at the stairs and everything. But this is a little different from what we're seeing. He's got it located here where you can look both ways, and you see the sort of alley as hunters and all. This is the kind of setup you want to have If you don't want those big old wide fields, just some alleys like that where they come in and out. Okay, this is just real quick. It was on the news. I saw it first, but the news beat me to it. That basically this kayaker got lost in the Everglades, and they found him. They found about his phone was beeping, and he was gone like a couple of days. He's missing in the Everglades. But anyway, the story was 67-year-old Virginia man kayaking, and they downloaded data on Mark's phone, and Debbie found his recent coordinates. So I want to share that with you. Coming up, commission meeting now is coming up next week or 2 weeks, and one of the things we're going to talk about is Gulf red snapper. And I've already had to change my calendar. Listen, they're looking at June the 11th, and the first Saturday of June is when we always go, and the first Saturday of June is June the 6th. So I'm all messed up now, so I got to go back in and put some white out. And I don't know, June the 11th, that must be like on a Thursday maybe? So I don't know if we're going in. But anyway, for your information, June 11th when it's going to open up. 45 days to July 25th. And this is interesting now. Another issue they're going to talk about, bay scallops, Gulf County. Now we know the 2020 season already been set at the bottom line. But what they're going to do is set up a long-term bay scallop season, which is good, because in that way you can plan your vacation, whatever, August the 16th through September 24th annually, beginning in 2021. So you can circle that date, August the 16th, for the next few years. It's going to be the beginning of scallop season in the St. Joe Bay. And that's interesting. Let me talk about that a second. It's good and bad, but the good part about it, all of us have pushed for that, to do it later in the season. The bad part about it, a lot of kids and all are out or started back to school then, so we just have to balance it out and everything. But you do have that Labor Day weekend where you got 3 or 4 days off. You can take the kids. I know my grandkids won't be able to go as much as we do in July, but it is, for the overall picture, it is a good thing to do. So that's going to be good. Now before I get this other one, we set the we closed trout season for February. It's the first time it's been done in a long time. Now, buddy Larry Brown over there at Bunker, and he fishes a lot, and he gives us our report on Chalkatchee Bay and everything. He sent this to me. I got a kick out of it. My wife wants to thank the FWC for changing the trout regulations. I've already done more work around the house this month than the rest of the year. So I thought that was funny. So Larry, good for you. All right, real quick, we got a boat here for sale. And it's Michael Harris put this on Wednesday, and we put it on the show. 2000 custom boat for $2,000. Now, I'm going to show you the picture of it. Okay, it's sort of a custom-made boat. Now, it's not a big boat. Okay, here it is right here. But this is ideal if you fish and you fish these sandhill ponds and these small places. This is an ideal boat. So we'll call Michael Harris. I'm going to give Michael his phone number. I don't have the phone number for the other folks, but anyway, the phone number for Michael Harris, I'll get it and show it to you, but here it is right here. Michael Harris is going to be, Michael Harris, 630-8187, 630-8187. Michael can get a hold of Blaine Rustin for you, okay? So that boat right there is for sale, okay? And here's a live well in it. It's well made and really well done. And see, the seat folds back on it. That will show a lot of thought and everything. And if you're not feeling well, take one fishing trip twice daily, and you'll feel a lot better. Okay, so those are those things there. They're taking care of the pictures and everything. Let's get ready for our Tarpon Dock seafood giveaway. But before we give away from Tarpon Dock, we're going to add a giveaway. One of our good sponsors, Los Antojitos. We support each other, and we have a gift certificate. This is a $25 gift certificate to Los Antojitos. So we're going to draw it, and I'll put your name on it. So we're going to draw all kind of things we're giving away today. So this is right there in St. Andrew. Minta and her husband started that business a while back. So this is for the $25 gift certificate. And the winner is going to be Jerry Deese from Cottondale. So you can come down one weekend, one Friday night, and take your wife out. It's going to be an ideal time to go. Now let's go and do, while we got the jar out, let's go and do the $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood, and that winner is going to be Steve Bourne from Panama City Beach, and I have two of them stacked up. Okay, that's Steve for $20, and the big red snapper is going to be from Panama City, Chad Taylor. So we're giving away a lot of stuff today. So, and you can still, it's not too late to enter and go ahead and send your names and anytime, and we'll go ahead and put it in there. We're going to be giving away a lot of stuff this year. I promise you. We'll give away more of these, and we got some other stuff coming that you're going to really enjoy. And don't forget, this is free too. Just come by and ask Donna for that little kids' little pack right there. We'll give away to kids. Now we're going to take a good break, and then we're going to get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back. We're glad you're with us. Now, if the Los Angeles, when we give away the gift certificate, you come by the station and pick it up, okay? Now, on Tarpon Dock, you can just go down there straight to Tarpon Dock, and Clay Davis, Clay watches the show all the time, and he has your name, he writes your name down, so he'll check you off going down there. I got a couple of things, let's see, I'm gonna put down my rod and reel right now. What I wanted to talk about, you see right here, I put the Big Bull Red on the table. I moved the speckled trout because we don't need a speckled trout up here in February. I don't know if you keep up with, I try to keep up a fish up here that we can go catch right now. And you can go catch this fish right now. Well, not this one, but one like it. Catching bull red in any time of the year, sometimes it's better than others, but this time of year, a lot of the captains, they use this sort of for side trips and all, because you can really, those bull reds are in the pass year round. And I'm going to say in the pass. They're over Destin Pass. They're around that Apalachicola there at Bob Sykes Cut, and they're here in the local area at the bridge. So I'm going to show you the three places. Here's the Destin Cut here. And what they do, you know, a bull red is also it's called a channel bass, and because they stay in the channels. So the size of them, of course, you don't want to, they're not legal to keep. You don't want to keep them anyway. They don't taste that good. They've been around so long, they just taste like mud. But catching bull red, or the three places, okay, would be Destin, the Destin area right here, and then of course St. Andrew Bay right here. And this gets a lot of pressure, but again, it's catch and release in this whole area. You know, as to where you want to go, I'll put it right there in the center. You want an outgoing tide, and you want to, if you can, you want to use natural bait. Any kind of outgoing. Look on the top of the water. You see little crabs going by there. Grab some of them. Of course, live bait, any kind of live bait, whatever washes out through that channel bass is going to be good. Now, you're going to need heavy-duty rod and reel with this. Okay, and then I want to go down to Bob Sykes Cut, which would be in order St. Joe Bay, but really the Bob right here. Okay, we got it right here, Bob Sykes. You got St. Vincent, and right here in the center of the screen. We've talked about it before. Those Apalachicola boys, they make a living. They don't make a living. They do a lot of fishing right there for the bull reds, and that's just, you can see the channel and the channel bass. So those are the top three places to go if you're going to be going for the bull reds, and they're a lot of fun to catch, especially bringing people. We've done this before. People from out of town that have not fished a lot and just want to catch a big old fish. That's your best bet. And the second best bet, of course, be fishing along the bridges and try to catch some drum and all. But this channel bass right here, this redfish right here, is just a good one, fun one to catch. Now, what else is going on? I brought my rod. I got this out of my garage this morning. I'm talking about getting things ready. This is a little special rod and reel to me. And this is okay, Spanish mackerel. This is for Spanish mackerel. And it's right around the corner that I was saying earlier. If they come, Spanish mackerel is going to come, like the old timer said, the third fog of March. And we talk about that every year for 15 springs now. We've talked about it. And really, all they're talking about is the water temperature going up. And it's at 61, 62 now, but when it gets up around 67 or 68, the Spanish is going to be around. It won't take, if you saw, remember last month, that temperature went up in 1 week, went up like 5 degrees. That's sort of what it'll be doing. But anyway, this Spanish mackerel rig, I'm not going to untangle it. If I untangle it, then I'm going to have to tangle it back up to untangle it again. But what it is, it's a straw rig. And I promise you, we'll be in the water in March. We're taking our grandkids out fishing right in St. Andrew Bay with this rig right here. This is a custom-made rod right here. Joy Hendricks made this. Charlie Hendricks' daughter made this for me. It's just ideal for wrapped it and all. I've had 2 custom rods made for me. One was stolen, but this one I still have. So special fish, little small reel here, a lot of fun. So be thinking about Spanish mackerel fishing. Real simple, a little straw rig there, a little silver spoon right behind it, and sometimes you catch 2 or 3, and the kids love doing that. So we're going to talk about it more as time goes up. But the area, basically, I put right here in the middle of the screen, locally. Just circle around, right in the center of the screen, you want to circle around in places right there, and you find them, and then you start getting them. Anyway, let's go to this weekend. Your best bet this weekend is going to be the same way it was last weekend. These little feeder creeks. You're going to have the water sort of moving in. You're going to have more movement in the water, the sandy creeks, the crooked creeks down at the Carabel River. Those creeks are going to be feeding, all the bait's going to be coming from all this rain we're having. All that bait's going to be washing out. It's got a strong flow to it, so you're going to have a good situation there. Again, for the deeper holes, always, if you've got your depth recorder, find your deeper holes and try to mark them on your electronics. I can't keep up all electronics now. It changes every year. It gets more and more advanced. I mean, pretty soon you'll be throwing a fishing rod out there for you and bringing it in. You just be sitting there. But these electronics are amazing. And like the trolling motors that hold you on the spot. You can't beat those. So anyway, you find those deep holes, turn on the trolling motor, and when you drift off of it, it'll bring you right back to it. So find your deep holes, and it's good fishing, and this is a good time now to use some cut shrimp, some kind of natural bait, cut shrimp or some fiddler crabs, and fish those holes there. It's going to be holding some nice trout. Look, you won't have to release them and all, but also be catching some other fish in it too. Bridge fishing is going to be good this weekend. Down at East Point and Lynn Haven, those bridges are going to be good. I'm about to run out of time, but anyway, fishing from the bridges will be good. The feeder creek's going to be good. The bass fishermen are going to be up at Lake Seminole getting ready for that kayak tournament. All kind of cool things going on. We're going to wrap it up. We've had a good week. Don't forget to do something good for your fellow man. It's going to be a good time to get out. So just go walking in the woods if nothing else. Make sure you're safe and wear orange and everything. Have a great weekend. Enjoy our great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.